Hi everyone, and welcome to this demo. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a checkbox field for the customer record in NetSuite. This custom field will be used to track whether a rebate is enabled for a customer. Let's get started. First, go to the customization menu at the top. From there, navigate to Lists, Records, and Fields. Then go to Entity Fields and click on the New button to create a new custom field. Once the new custom entity field page opens, the first thing we will do is set the label. In the label field, type Rebate Enabled. Now go to the ID field. This is important because this ID is used in scripting. So it should be unique, meaningful, and without spaces. For our field, we will use the following format. Start with an underscore, then the word is, then another underscore, then rebate, then another underscore, and finally enabled. So the full field ID will be, is rebate enabled. Next, we will choose the type of the field. NetSuite offers many different field types, but since this is a simple true or false option, we will choose checkbox. This means the user will either check or uncheck the field to indicate whether the rebate is enabled for the customer. Now, there is a very important setting called Store Value. You must enable this checkbox. If you don't, the data will not be stored in the database, it will act more like a formula field. So, make sure Store Value is checked. If you want this field to appear in saved searches, you can also enable Show in List. Now, scroll down and go to the Applies to tab. Here you'll see all the entity types that this field can be applied to: customers, vendors, employees, contacts, groups, and so on. Since we only want this field to show up for customers, enable the checkbox next to Customer only. Now that we have restricted this field to customer records, let's move to the Display tab. Here, you can control where and how this field appears on the form. First, you'll see a field called Insert Before. From the drop-down, select the field before which you want this checkbox to appear. Next, go to the Sub-tab drop-down and select Financial, since we want this field to appear under the Financial tab of the customer record. Then, look at the Display Type drop-down. You'll see several options: Normal, Inline Text, Disabled, and Hidden. Let me explain quickly. Normal means users can enter or change data. Inline text means it will just show the value but not be editable. Disabled means it's grayed out and cannot be edited. Hidden means it's completely invisible to users. For our purpose, we want users to interact with this field, so we will select Normal. Next, you'll see a Help field. This is a great place to add a small note or tip for the user. For example, you can write, "Check this box to enable rebate for this customer." Now, let's go to the Validation and Defaulting tab. Here, you'll find options like Mandatory, Check Spelling, and Default Checked. In our case, we don't want this checkbox to be checked by default for all new customer records, so we will leave the default checked box unchecked. Then we go to the Sourcing and Filtering tab. This is used if you want to pull values from another record or source. But for our checkbox, we will be entering the value manually, so we can skip this tab. Next, let's go to the Access tab. This is where we define who has permission to edit this field. Since the rebate field is a sensitive or financial decision, we will limit access. Click on the Role sub-tab. From the drop-down, choose Administrator and set the access level to edit. Then add another role, Accountant, and also set the access to edit. Now, only users with the Administrator or Accountant roles will be able to check or uncheck this field. Once all this is done, review your settings and click the Save button at the top or bottom of the page. Now the custom checkbox field is saved. You'll be taken to a summary screen where you can see the details. The label is rebate enabled, the type is checkbox, and it appears under the financial tab for customers. Also, take a look at the field ID. NetSuite has automatically added a prefix to your ID. So the final ID becomes cust entity is rebate enabled. This cust entity prefix tells us that this is a custom entity field created by the administrator. If you want to open and review the field, just click on the field name. You'll see the settings you have configured, and you'll notice that the ID field is now disabled. If you ever need to change it, click on the Change ID link, but be careful because changing the ID can affect your scripts and saved searches. And that's it. You have successfully created a custom checkbox field for the customer record in NetSuite. Now your users can easily track whether a rebate is enabled for each customer. Are you ready to become a NetSuite developer? Do you want to stand out in the ERP industry? I have created a new course just for you. It's called NetSuite SuiteScript Developer Course, From Zero to Hero. This course is designed for beginners and professionals. You don't need any coding experience to get started. Step by step, I will guide you from the basics to the advanced level. You'll learn SuiteScript 1.0 and 2.0 from scratch. You'll build real-time scripts using real-world examples. We will create user event scripts, client scripts, suitelets, and much more. This is not just theory. These are real problems I solved for an actual client. I turned that experience into a course that's simple, clear, and practical. This course will help you understand how NetSuite scripting works, gain confidence to work on real projects, and grow your career with in-demand skills. If you want to become a NetSuite developer, if you want to learn in a clear, hands-on way, then this course is made for you. The course link is in the description below. Join now and start your NetSuite journey today.